All right, all right, all right. This is Yasha Ben Israel. Back at you one more time. Coming from the Yasha Ben Israel Israelite Thought Channel. Today we have the members and the contestants of the 32-man elimination tournament preliminary. And we will have a preliminary today featuring myself, Yasha Ben Israel, and my opponent, Professor Mack. We have in the house with us today Tori Bolton, Professor Mack, myself, Yasha Ben Israel, LV Yarupa from Clubhouse Streets, and BlackJesusMinister. We need a moderator today. I would like for LV or Black Jesus to moderate. Which one of you brothers would you like to be the moderator for today?
I'll be the moderator, my brother.
Awesome, awesome. Well, from this moment forward, I will lead the mic over into your hands and we can get this thing started.
I appreciate that. Before I go, I definitely will give Professor Mack an opportunity to introduce himself, any words that he has before I speak.
Yeah, no problem at all. This is Professor Mack. Some of y'all know me from Clubhouse. And what I've been doing for a while, what I'll continue to do is to hold people accountable to the truth, hold people accountable to the things that they say through debate, respectfully, but definitely intentionally. So in this debate, as we get with this preliminary, I look forward to determining what the topic is and then holding my brother accountable just as I hold myself accountable as we continue forward.
Understood. Well, clearly, we're at the moment of truth. Our main objective here is for us to iron out this debate topic. Now, is there anything that you two wanted to bring to the table specifically?
I don't know. I mean, it's impossible to just come flat out with a topic. I don't know him. He doesn't know me.
Yeah, we got to learn each other's background beliefs a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
know.
So y'all unfamiliar. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. So
definitely.
I
Yeah.
can. I'll start off by telling you a little about me. Okay, who I am, what my background, what I practice, what I study, what I believe. Okay. I am an African American. I am 50, going on 51 years old. I have been studying the scriptures for over 43 years. I started out as a Pentecostal. I was a Pentecostal minister. From the studies of the Bible, I have evolved into an Israelite, and from there, I was a New Testament Israelite. From there, I have grown to evolved into just the straight Israelite, Old Testament Israelite. Inside of the Israelite movement, just like it is in any religion, there's many different denominations and sects. Myself, I practice what I have come to learn as the order of the Benzodaki, the sons of Zodok. It is much similar to what you would call like the Sadducees of your New Testament. A very Old Testament stern belief who believes in the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of the Most High. I'm educated. I've studied world history in colleges and universities around the country. I've studied. I've studied history. Uh, I've studied archaeology. I've studied linguistics. I speak fluent Arabic and Hebrew and English. Uh, just an all-around scholar, studied a lot of ancient materials, the epics of Gilgamesh, just a lot of the ancient histories from around the world. I'm just a brainiac for the most part.
All right. No, I appreciate that background. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I've I'm 37 years old myself. I'm a professor, teach at Morgan State University. I do not teach on the topic of theology. I teach on the topic of architecture. But I've been studying theology longer than I've been studying architecture. I've been studying theology probably more than I've even studied architecture, for which I have two master level degrees. And so while not all of my training is formally recognized in theology, study of scripture is very much still of a quality to where I can explain my thoughts. I can hold others accountable to their thoughts using the scriptures. Um, I've been teaching within the church. I've grown up in church. I've had my issues with westernized Christianity as it lies, but I've also preached against that for a number of years now. I do identify as a Christian. I believe that that term is more than validated within the scripture to be called. I believe in Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. And with that, I preach that, and I try to preach that in an unadulterated way, as I believe many have adulterated the teachings of Christ to their own benefit. So, all of that being said, I believe in the Old Testament. I believe the Old Testament has a purpose, but I do believe that there's a New Testament and that we are in the New Covenant. That New Testament established by the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Mm. Interesting way to break the ice, man. Brother Yash, so you in your current state adhere to the Old Testament, not necessarily the New Testament. Did I get that correctly?
Yes.
And Pro Mac, you adhere to all of the Bible, the Old Testament, and the New Testament. And you do believe that we are in the New Testament.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Very, very interesting. Brother Yas, is there any questions you would like to peer into?
I find it very very hard to believe that like say like I believe that it's hard to be like a Muslim and a Jew at the same time, right? Right, and I believe that it's hard to be a Christian and a Muslim at the same time, right? And I find it very very difficult to believe that anyone can practice the Old Testament and the New Testament at the same time?
Well, I can make it clear for you. I don't practice the Old Testament. I believe in the covenant, the established covenant of the Old Testament, but even established in the covenant of the Old Testament, it was prophesied of a new covenant. It was prophesied of someone else who will tell you and to give you laws and to follow that person. So even in the establishment of the Old Testament or the Old Covenant, there was set forth a time in which it will change. And I believe that God's laws always existed even before the Old Covenant. God's law existed at the time of Adam. God's law changed in the establishment for Noah. God's law changed again in the establishment of the Mosaic law. And God's law changed again in the establishment of the law of Christ. And so, same God, but different statutes for the people that God directs.
You mean like, what do you mean like God's law changed? Do you mean like, I don't understand. What do you mean? What do you mean by like?
So a law pretty much is the target. It tells you what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to live. We've seen law applied to dietary laws. That's changed. We've seen laws applied to feast days. That's changed. We've seen laws applied to how to family structures and systems. Who can be taken as a wife, who cannot be taken as a wife. These things change. How to live, and these things have been shown to change even since the early times of Adam, through to Noah, through to Moses, and then also through to Christ. And so I believe that God's law, there's always been a law of God, but God's law does change.
Yeah, I don't understand. I'm still having a problem understanding that part. I need a little, like, can you give me an example? Like,
All right, well, pick a law. Like, you can pick any. What's the law that you follow today?
I followed the laws of the Torah.
All right, you believe in the whole Tanakh, correct?
Yeah, I believe in the whole Tanakh.
And you believe that's inspired word, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we look at the Tanakh, we know, for instance, that there's a law that tells you to make your oaths and swears to Yahweh, right?
You say, well, there's a law that says what now?
To make your oaths. Deuteronomy 6:13 talks about how you're supposed to make your oaths to the Lord your God.
That's a law?
I mean, is that a law? Would you agree that you don't agree that that's a law?
Let's take a look at that. Let me
Okay.
share my screen. Let's pull that up.
Do you have a particular version that you read from? You said you read fluent Hebrew, so I'm wondering what
Yeah,
like.
we could pull up the Tanakh. Or King James, either or. I'm gonna pull up the Tanakh from my end. Would you prefer the King James? So you could? Would that be? Would
King
you?
James is
I
fine.
mean, because I'm getting you to demonstrate your point, right? So it really should be whichever one is more comfortable for you, right?
All right. So this is Deuteronomy 6:8.
Would you like? Would you like? I'm asking you which version would you like? Would you like the Tanakh or would you like the King James?
King James is probably the easiest way for us to get on the same page. So let's go King James. And then Deuteronomy 6:13.
Hold on. Let me share my screen here. Did anything come up yet?
Yeah, I got it up. Do you want me to read it now?
I mean, did it show up on the
Oh, you trying
screen?
to share it? No, I don't see it on the screen now.
Yeah, I don't have those controls. That's Black Jesus.
I'm trying to share it.
You want me to share my screen?
I'm saying, did it show up yet?
What you mean by show up? You mean like share the screen?
Yeah, if you can.
Oh no, it's up now. We got it. I see it.
Yeah, I'm sharing. I'm trying to share. Okay,
just
it's up now. All right. You say 6:13 here. Okay. Is this here where it said, "Thou fear the Lord thy God and serve him, and thou shalt swear by his name"?
Yes. Is that a command? Is that a law?
Okay, now well, it's telling you what you shall do when you. It looks like it's telling you. It looks like it's telling you to do something. You
Right.
know. I don't know the whole context here, but when we talking about what we call in Hebrew, we call like the law, statutes, and commandments, right?
All right. So let's
You
do this then.
know,
How about you give
those,
me
and
one
I don't
law?
believe that this is. I don't believe that this is one of the 600. Like, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not lie. You know, don't sleep with the woman while she's on her period. Don't sleep with your woman, your wife's children. You know, those are the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave on Sinai. Those are what we call the law. Okay, the Torah. Now, this here, I'm not sure if this is Torah. I think this may be like a part of the story, and the Most High might be telling them to do something or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what this is. Would you like to read it and go through it so you could tell me what this is
No,
actually dealing with here?
no. So we can. I want to find something that you would agree is a law. So could you just go maybe one law that exists that you would say?
Well, okay. Thou shalt not steal.
All right. Thou shalt not steal.
That's a
Right.
law.
When did that become a law?
Yeah,
My question is, when
it
did that
became a
become a
law
law?
when the Most. It became a law when the Most High gave it to Moses to give to the children of Israel on Sinai.
So it wasn't a law before then.
No, not if it wasn't written in the scripture, because the scripture says if there's no law, there's no transgression. So if
I
there's
agree.
no if it wasn't written or if it wasn't decreed, then it couldn't have been stated a sin.
Okay, I agree. But now my question is, did God have law before Mount Sinai?
Yeah, he had law before Sinai, but he didn't have law to the children of Israel before Sinai, right? Like, say for instance, when he gave Adam, the first man, a law. You know, these laws, he told Adam that he should, be the governor of the land, right? That he should maintain the land, right? Here he told him not to eat from this particular tree. Those were the laws that he gave Adam, right? Those were specifically for Adam. Okay. And then there were laws that he gave Noah, like for instance, when they entered in on the ship, and the eating of the meats, because he also told Adam, far as dietary, that out of all of the things that flyeth in the sky, all of the things that creepeth on the earth, and all of the things that swim within the water, that I have created the green herbs for your meat. Now, going down to Noah, we see from that point, man, the law he gave man and mankind in dietary, right? They're they were vegetarians because he told them, right, the things that fly in the sky, that walketh upon the earth and swimmeth in the water. I created the green herbs for your meat. So that was the law for Adam. And then comes Noah, right? Noah comes upon the scene, and here comes the flood. The animals is on the scene. There, I guess maybe if the food, we don't know whether the food source were limited or whatnot, but the Most High told Adam, he told Noah that as far as dietary goes, that he could eat the animal to drain the blood from them, right? So from this point now, man becomes meat eater, and the law concerning that was to drain the blood from the meat. Now we get to, and this holds all the way over until maybe like the law of Sinai. And then here comes another group of laws. We'll again just deal with dietary laws, right, for a second. The dietary law, they're changed, right? And when the law changed again. We got different generations, different groups of people that the Most High gave these laws specifically to, and all of these people that he gave these laws to were people that were written in the scriptures, right? So he gave this law. So now comes Moses. He gives Moses a different set of laws. He say now is not only can you, it's not that you can just eat meat. Now we're going to specify which meats is clean and which meats are unclean. So now we got the clean and unclean thing going on. This is how these laws had changed. You see what I'm saying? This is what I understand for the laws have changed it. And each one of these laws in their changing, the Most High himself had decreed this. It was a decree, right? Because if there was no decree, there's no sin. The Most High himself decreed it, and the scriptures itself, the Hebrew scriptures itself, in God, the God of the Hebrew scriptures had decreed every last one of these changes to the letter.
Okay,
That's
so
that's what
when you going in and out, I don't know if anyone is he going in
what
and out
I
for y'all?
mean by
You going in and out the matrix.
hear me?
Yeah, you got to find a good
I'm
spot.
gonna go up.
Yeah, so Yasha, can you hear me? I'm hoping you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Hopefully, we can get him back.
How about now? This good?
Yeah, that's better. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear well.
Everyone can hear me.
Yeah. So I wanted to clarify something. So my statement is, and I'm this might be a point of disagreement, so I want to know. My statement is we can look in the Old Testament only or in the New Testament. But even in the Old Testament only, that God's law has changed. Would you agree or disagree with that?
You said that we could see in the Old Testament that God's law has changed.
Yeah, I say we can, even if you want to make an Old Testament only, saying God's law has changed. That would be my claim. Would you agree or disagree with that?
I would it. Yeah, I would say it evolved.
So all right, so that's a change. So no, you would agree with me on that then?
Yeah, basically, I would guess. Yeah.
All right, so that's not necessarily a topic we would have a disagreement on. The other thing is,
Now,
go ahead.
now is how has in your belief system have the dietary law changed any further after that?
Yes, I believe the dietary laws changed in the New Testament. I believe the dietary laws changed also in the Old Testament.
Okay. Can you show can you show me anywhere in the scriptures where the God himself changed
Oh, you really
God
haven't.
himself?
Yeah, you
I can show
gotta.
you every one of those changes where the mouth of God created each one of these
Come on,
changes.
you got
Can you
messy
show me
ass.
a
Hey,
further change
brother
after?
Yash, your mic is not working well. Your service is bad.
Yeah.
We need you to get to a clear area.
I'm gonna go out and come back in. I'm gonna go out and
Okay.
come back in.
Okay.
All right.
This would be a good time to advertise the Ultimate Debate League, brothers and sisters. The Ultimate Debate League. May I do that and share my screen, LV?
Of course.
All right, brothers and sisters, thank you all. Thank you all. This is an Ultimate Debate League production on the Yasha Ben Israel show. The Yasha Ben Israel show. We want everybody in this room, brothers and sisters, everybody to share this link on whatever social media that you have. Share the link of this show on all of your social media. I will shortly put the video link in the chat for the chat. Please share this link and subscribe to the Yasha Ben Israel channel, the Yasha Ben Israel YouTube channel, brothers and sisters. And likewise, subscribe at the Ultimate Debate League. not that you can exclude the Ultimate Debate League, Ultimate Debate League YouTube channel. Please go there and subscribe. And also at our official Facebook group, Ultimate Debate League, Ultimate Debate League, brothers and sisters. And we want you guys to most definitely. I'm going to visualize the three managers of the Ultimate Debate League's YouTube channel very shortly on the screen. And Yasha is back, so I'm gonna let that brother go ahead and let these brothers pick up where they left off, and then I'll share my screen when there's another pause. So go right ahead, LV. Thank you.
Hey, brother, is your service intact?
How do I sound? Do I sound good?
You sound good.
All right. So,
brother, Professor Mack, let Professor Mack repose his question so we all can make sure we're clear.
Yeah, we were talking about the laws changing, and you said you agree that the law has evolved. So I think we agree there. So then we went to dietary laws, and my claim was that even specifically the dietary law, if you look only in the Old Testament, that the dietary law has changed throughout the Old Testament.
Yeah, I think that I want to make it clear that in each one of those changings in the Old Testament, that the God of the Bible himself, not any man, but the God of the Bible himself, as the script says, had changed each one of these or evolved each one of these laws. My question is, has the God of the New Testament, is there any evidence that the same God of the Old Testament changed these laws? What I mean, I'm not saying that some man did it, like a prophet or a disciple or an apostle, right? I'm saying that the God of the Old Testament said it, where it said, God said, he said, Wayi Omar. Where I can look in the Hebrew text and see Wayi Omar, or in the Greek text where it said, and the Lord said, do you have that for any further changes after Sinai?
So in the New Testament, you won't see where it says, and God said and gave a law. We believe, as Hebrews 1 says, that in sundry times God spoke through the prophets from the angels in various ways, but in these last days he speaks to his dear son. And we even see remnant of that coming from the Old Testament, letting us know and expect that to be what happened. And even in that, we see that a voice comes from the sky and says, "This is my beloved son, in whom I'm well pleased. Hear ye him." That in and of itself is the ordination of Jesus Christ to be able to give and change laws. Just as when Moses gave the laws to the people, the people trembled in Exodus 20 and asked Moses to give them the law directly because they didn't want to hear the voice of the Lord anymore. God was giving the law directly to the people. The people did not want to hear it. And so from that point forward, you don't see God giving the law directly. You see him giving it through a subsidiary, as we even see established in the Old Testament. So let's continue.
Brother Mack, is it possible that you can turn on your camera and let the people see you in
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, my bad. I got you. Yeah. There you go. But yeah, so
that'll be equal footing for both of y'all, you know what I'm saying? So he can see your expressions and the people can see both of y'all expressions while y'all are talking and communicate.
Yeah, no problem at all. I'll leave my camera on. My apologies. So Yasha, did you hear what I brought out?
Yeah.
So I mean, I would agree that we don't see in God said, such and such new law. I agree with that. But from the time of Moses, we see that's established that there was an intermediary set forth by the people that God obliged because the people asked for it. They were afraid to speak to him directly. From that point forward,
I was just simply asking a question. I don't know. I wasn't really asking whether you agreed on it or not. I was just asking, did the God of the Old Testament, just in that same fashion, did he do it like he did in the New Testament? And you said no. Okay. I guess that what you're saying is that Jesus have the right to change the law, right?
Well, Jesus doesn't necessarily
Or a
say he has the right
prophet.
to.
A
Well, yeah,
prophet has the right. to change the
I,
law?
I can show you through the even through the prophets and even through Moses. Through
No,
Moses and
I just want you to answer that question. I don't really want to get stuck there. I just want to.
Okay.
I'm asking just for clarity's sake. That's all. Are you saying that for clarity's sake, you're saying that Christ, right? Christ is because God did not change the law in the New Testament. Are you basically saying Christ did, right? That's basically what you're saying.
I'm saying that Jesus
Dietary
Christ
law.
spoke it, but I'm saying Jesus Christ spoke it by his own words. He says, "My teaching is not my own, but his teaching comes from God." He didn't
Right.
change
So,
it on his own volition, but
okay,
he got it from God and changed it.
you quoted something. I'm getting what I'm sensing here is okay. What gives the validity? What in solidarity that gives the validity for the dietary changes of the law? Is it you? I mean, you mentioned something about the prophets, and you mentioned something about Christ, right? Now, if you're saying if you're saying that Christ did it, and he had the power to do it, right, without the Lord telling him to do it, okay, then you would have to prove the validity of a Christ, in order for that claim to be a real solid, firm claim, right?
Well, let me clarify. I'm not saying
Hold up, and then in order for that the scripture you quoted about the prophets, you'd have to show me one prophet, not a Messiah, not a priest, not a apostle, not a disciple, right? You'd have to show me a prophet in the New Testament that was around to even do that. Is that it? And there wasn't none.
there wasn't any prophets around in the New Testament.
No, not one single prophet.
What does Malachi 3 prophesy?
Malachi 3, you have to read it for me. I don't know. Read it for me, and I'll tell you what it said, what it is.
Okay. This is Malachi 3:1. I will send my messenger who will prepare the way before me. Then suddenly the Lord you are seeking will come to his temple. The messenger of the covenant, whom you desire, will come, says the Lord Almighty.
Okay. You asked me, who is that? He said, I will send my messenger. In Hebrew, my messenger is Maliki, right? Maliki, from the Hebrew word malak, right? Meaning messenger. It's the word that they mistranslate for angel, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about if you had a New Testament mindset, right, a Christian mindset, that's prophesying an angel to come and not a prophet, right? But in the Hebrew mindset, that is just prophesying another one of the Most High's messengers. And there were several messengers all throughout the scriptures at all times. And I would even contend that even after the book of Revelation, the Most High have messengers out here even now today. So, but a messenger is still not a prophet.
So you say, okay, so you're looking for the word prophet, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for a prophet, a position of a prophet. Each one of these were different things. A messenger is not I mean, you had messengers, some messengers that were prophets, and you had some kings, right, that were prophets, but all prophets wasn't kings and all kings wasn't prophets, right? All messengers wasn't prophets and all prophets wasn't messengers. You see, sometimes the offices and sometimes the character wore two hats. But what I'm trying to say is that the Nabi, right? The word Nabi, the prophet, there is no prophets in the New Testament. Now you have apostles, you have disciples, right? You have bishops, maybe even deacons. You even have a Messiah in the New Testament. You don't have no prophets in the New Testament.
You have a prophet in the New Testament.
Now, if he said that he was sending a Malachim, right, and your New Testament has translated it Malach as angel, then there was there not many angels that came in the New Testament? I still know some prophet. Now one of those hold up. Now one of those messengers or a prophet, now one of those messengers or angels or malachim came to change the dietary law.
So you're saying, I want to make sure I'm understanding all of what you're saying. You're saying, first and foremost, that there's not anyone in the New Testament called a prophet?
Yes.
Okay. I can show you where people are called a prophet, but you want to be where someone is ordained a prophet by God?
In the New Testament, I want to see someone, a prophet in the New Testament.
Like
a
called
prophet,
the word prophet.
A prophet of God, a prophet of Israel, right? An Israelite prophet, not a false prophet of Satan. An Israelite prophet under the decree of Yahweh, under the will of Yahweh. Like, I'm talking about a prophet that was sent by the Lord, like Malachi, Moses, Ezekiel. I want to see a prophet in the New Testament. That check, because the reason why we got to have him here is because we got to have him changing the dietary law. Because God didn't do it, right? God didn't change this law. We see Jesus didn't change. Jesus never said anything. The only correlation that Jesus didn't change no dietary laws.
Yes, he did.
Out of his mouth, where did Jesus change the dietary law? Yes. Out of Jesus' mouth, where did Jesus Christ change the dietary law?
Matthew 15 or Mark 7, contemporaneous.
Can you read that for me, please?
All right.
Can you post it?
Yeah, you want me to yeah, I share my screen with it. No, not a problem at all.
Sound like you're about to debate right now. I don't want to.
I know, right? I'm like, do we want to make this happen or what?
Well, we got.
But why would he prove his point here? These are claim based, and we see what claim you like, don't like, and what could be proven and not proven. It seems like y'all, I don't like the way that's going.
Let me ask you this, Yasha. Would you be willing to have a debate about the New Testament or what the New Testament says, whether you agree with it or not? Would you be willing to have that debate? Because you've studied it.
If I say any of that, that's what I'm doing is really just fishing for Old Testament, New Testament contention, or just a topic. You know, we could just end it and say, we disagree with each other on dietary law, but how are we going to come to a topic on that? You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I would say
I don't believe Jesus is the Christ, right? But how are we going to come with a topic on that? What you understand?
Does Christ have the authority to change dietary law?
Does Christ have the authority? But see, okay, okay.
Or hold on, guys. Or
only thing I want to narrow down here.
One quick. Or has there been a change in the dietary law?
They've already accepted that there's been a change. I've heard them accept it already.
Did Yasha accept it?
Yeah, he said that there are changes, but he says with this specific changes in the New Testament, he wants to make sure that they're authoritative.
Okay, so Yasha, I'm not trying to second guess what I heard LV's interpretation, but to help me out, is that what you said, brother? Do you agree that there's changes to the dietary law in the New Testament?
Yeah, I'm looking for the validation of the changing in this law. And this brother has said that the prophets and Christ in the New Testament basically changed the dietary law. And I don't believe that. So,
the validation.
So there's contention right there.
Yeah,
there's contention
that's
right
my point.
So
I don't want him to validate, right? I don't want him to validate nothing right here. This is not the space to validate.
Yes, there's contention. Where we go from there? What? Hold up. The contention here is that the brother he has two lines of authority here. So this is which line do authority? I mean, neither one of these things are in there. This is what I'm saying. There's no prophet in the New Testament that changes.
What are you saying?
And Jesus Christ didn't change.
Could I ask you this, Yasha? If you state what you're saying is not true or can't be the case, then I can tell you if I agree with that or disagree with that, and then maybe we can see if we want to frame a debate.
Then we can go from there.
All right. So yeah. What are you saying is not the case or couldn't be the case?
I'm saying that my contention is that no law has been changed in the dietary since Sinai.
Okay, so if I were to say the dietary law,
by God, yeah.
No change in dietary since Sinai.
has been changed by God.
Yeah, that the Most High have not changed. What I'm saying is that from Genesis to Malachi, these changes were decreed by God, Yahweh Elohim himself. And that's what I'm saying. And there has been no further changes from Yahweh Elohim. That's what I'm saying. That's my contention.
Now, the only reason why I'm asking this clarifying question is because I agree that the Most High never directly said this is the change in the law. But just like he never directly said it to the people in the New Testament, he never directly said it to the people about dietary law in the Old Testament. He says, this is what the Lord commanded Moses to speak to the people. So none of it was a direct people to person change after Exodus 20, where they're asked to speak through Moses only because they were afraid to speak with him. Right. So that being the case, if we're going to talk about if the Most High changed it, the proof factor cannot be directly stated because I agree with that.
Okay, so would you want let's fish around? Would you like to fish around for another topic, a more something that is more beefy, something that would you like to just?
If you like, I'm wondering if you want to say Old Testament only, or if you would make an argument of things in the New Testament. The most obvious is that, does the Bible prove that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, both Old Testament and New Testament, or just Old Testament? I could prove it. I could argue it from the Old Testament only. I could argue it from the Old Testament and the New Testament. But I don't know how you would take that. That's another one I'm sure that we would disagree on. That's probably
sure
that. But I don't know how you feel about that.
I would like that. But okay, so okay. So what was that you said? You said you can prove it by the Old Testament only and the New Testament, right?
I could prove. So here's the thing. I could show that something is prophesied about the in the Old Testament that isn't complete yet in the Old Testament. And the only way I can point to who it is to read about who it is in the New Testament. But I can say that the Old Testament is prophesying about someone that the Old Testament can't tell us who it is. That would be my claim. And the New Testament would. So for me, it would be, required for me to say Jesus. I got to show Jesus written.
Would you be bold enough to say that you can find Jesus in the Old Testament?
No, I don't believe that. I believe Jesus is prophesied in the Old Testament.
Okay, would you be bold enough to say that? The New Testament make claims, right? Make claims of Jesus Christ being prophesied in the Old Testament, right?
Right.
Can you validate those claims?
Yes.
I don't believe you can. So
okay, let's frame a title around that.
Yeah. That I think that would be a good one.
So I would say
I don't think that'd be fair because
so the New Testament validates the Old Testament claims about the Messiah being Jesus Christ.
Right. Okay. This is my contention on that. The New Testament makes, the New Testament always refer to prophecies, like in the Gospels, that Old Testament prophesied Christ, right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm saying that no Old Testament prophet ever prophesied Christ.
Well, I'm saying
that none of those. Right. What I'm saying, and it shouldn't have to be, because what they're doing is like alluding to, right? This guy could possibly be Christ, I guess. All I'm saying is this: none of those prophecies in the New Testament could have possibly been Jesus Christ. That's what I'm saying. Some of them are so ridiculously and preposterously placed in the New Testament that I don't understand how anybody who actually read the Old Testament can make the connection.
All right, how about this? What if I were to say, maybe we go to a scripture particularly, and you say that that's not talking about Christ, and I argue that it is talking about Christ.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's
like,
say
we could let's go Matthew 2. What's that? Matthew 2. Where it said that Jesus, it would be, what, Matthew 1 or Matthew 2, where it was prophesied that Jesus would go into Egypt, and it would be prophesied that out of Egypt have I called my son. That particular text is saying that a prophet of old times had prophesied that Christ would go into Egypt, right, and come out, so that a particular scripture will be manifested or fulfilled as a prophecy that out of Egypt have I called my son. I'm saying that the claim that Isaiah is saying a prophet prophesied these things is all wrong altogether. I'm saying that it was not a prophet. There's no prophet in the Old Testament that ever made no type of prophecy. I'm saying that the text that they refer to is not even a prophecy at all. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that the whole thing is just crazy. There's no connection.
so. What I'm trying to do is think of how we can format this into a title for debate. I hear the arguments you're making, and I do disagree with them. But now I'm trying to see what's a good premise we can establish to get an argument one side against the other.
That's the hard part. We're gonna have to come up with a good title, a good come on, moderators, help us out. That's what y'all down there for.
Yeah, there's very many angles that you guys can go at, can come from. But if you allow me, let me do a quick advertisement real quick on your channel, Brother Terry. May I do that? And then I would like you brothers
make sure you
to have,
like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, they have some words about the Ultimate Debate League. What do you guys think about your Ultimate Debate League experience so far? So let me share my screen, Brother Terry. I believe I shared my screen. If you'll just click it and put it on up there, I shared the article that I would like. You should see it on the screen.
I got it on full screen.
Do you see that? Do you see that extra box with my Facebook page?
I see it.
Yeah, just click that and put that up on the screen. All right, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, it went off. Okay, there you go, brothers and sisters. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to the Ultimate Debate League. The ultimate. Ain't nobody higher, ain't nobody greater, ain't nobody more righteous than the Ultimate Debate League, brothers and sisters. To all the fans and the people all over the world, if you think that you are a debater and you want to join the next Ultimate Debate League tournament and our ongoing debates that will position you to become a member, a debater in our next year championship. But right now, brothers and sisters, you are at the genesis of us crowning a 2023 champion, a 2023 champion who will be the ultimate champion of social media and of the global planet, brothers and sisters. And we ain't playing, because we have some bad debaters over here. We got the baddest debaters on the planet, brothers and sisters. And if you think that you happen to be one of those who have been undiscovered and we have not, and we don't know who you are, you need to reach out to the Ultimate Debate League. You can do so by contacting me at BlackJesusMinister@gmail.com. BlackJesusMinister, all one word, @gmail.com. And we are asking all of you to support the three founders and managers of the Ultimate Debate League by subscribing to our YouTube channels. Most of our debates will occur. One more time, the majority of our debates will occur on these three platforms that you see on the screen at the Lion's Den, and you see the Lion's Den icon. So make sure you click the right Lion's Den and subscribe. We are the Ultimate Debate League. Subscribe by popular demand. The second is Clubhouse Streets. Clubhouse Streets, brothers and sisters. Go there right now, right now, right now. Subscribe and click that notification bell, and you see the icon for Clubhouse Streets to let you know that you're at the right Clubhouse Streets. If there are any imitators out there, and indeed you all see Black Jesus Minister, the YouTube channel of Black Jesus Minister, and the icon of our channel. Go there to all three of these channels, subscribe, and click that notification bell, share and repost, share and repost this live stream. This live stream, brothers and sisters, pre-debate discussion with the esteemed Yasha ben Israel, the most formidable Israelite on the planet, and the esteemed Professor Mack, brothers and sisters. Professor Mack, brothers and sisters. And we ain't faking and shaking over here. Don't confuse us with the HOK or Sarnetta TV. This brother is a real live professor. Y'all hear me? We ain't jaking the people. We're not tolerating that over here with the Ultimate Debate League. If you have a degree, you're going to prove it. You hear me? We're not going to be guilty of hoodwinking and finagling our people. Okay? My God, we're going to be genuine from beginning to end. And of course, Brother LV is here. So Brother LV, manager and founder of the Ultimate Debate League. Go right ahead, brother, and have a few words, dear brother, and then we can pick up where we left off.
Of course. Can I be heard?
Yes, sir.
Man, peace and love to everybody that's out there, man. Definitely the best of congratulations to these two guys stepping up to the plate. We have Yasha ben Israel and we have Professor Mack. If they have YouTubes, go support them on the back end. If you like any type of entertainment, any type of value that comes from the Clubhouse side of things, run over to the Clubhouse Streets. And you already know, if you enjoy swinging and banging, you need to go to Black Jesus Ministries, point blank, period.
My goodness. Was that it, LV?
Yes, sir.
I want to shout out to my Clubhouse family, everybody on Clubhouse. We are live streaming right now, brothers and sisters, on Clubhouse. Yes, indeed. Let me holler at Sister Deborah, Eric, and just listening is over here as well, to Corey and Sifa. I'm going to open up the panel shortly as these brothers kind of slow down a little bit. Maybe somebody in Clubhouse might have a question or might like to make a comment. So, guys, you guys can raise your hand now and come on up, but please don't open up your mics until we allow an opportunity for questions and comments at the end of this discourse between Yasha ben Israel and Professor Mack. Thank you, brother LV. I'm done. Thank you, brother Yasha.
I like to make a statement real quick. I like to let my opponent know that I respect him highly, and I really, really appreciate having an intellectual and respectful dialogue with the brethren to show the world that black men does not have to get in front of the television and talk ignorant, talk dumb, and talk stupid. Even though we disagree with each other, we don't have to show each other that we hate each other, that we're trying to fight and destroy each other. We're just trying to win the debate, baby, and we're doing it the best way we can by showing intellectual prose. I appreciate that, brother, and I thank him for that.
Yeah, I would definitely just respond and say I definitely had the same sentiments and love of respect. I respect the forum. I respect my opponent. And while we may disagree, I think the best way to, prove someone wrong is to not let other stuff get in the way and let the information prove them wrong or myself wrong, so that those who listen will not get distracted by the things that surround or take away from quality discourse, and we can, really get to the meat of it. I'm going to challenge the things he says, and I would expect him to do the same thing. I'm going to challenge it strongly, but that doesn't mean I don't respect him, because that I definitely do. So if we're ready to get back to it, I have a verse, Yasha, that we could probably look at. And this, the most straightforward verse, because I believe that you don't believe Isaiah 53 is speaking about Jesus Christ, but I do.
Now,
Would you?
would that be would you feel safe putting that out there if that may be? I mean, would that be too much? Like LV said, to put out there in case we have a debate on that.
So I'm cool with having a debate on who is Isaiah 53 talking about. No, is Isaiah 53 talking about Jesus Christ? I will argue the affirmative. You will argue
Okay. So you want this? Let's just nail it down to Isaiah 53. That'll be good. I'll
I mean, and we can go to other scriptures to support it, but it's just about like Isaiah 53. Who is it talking about?
Well, basically, what we're here to do. I mean, if we can get a squabble in, that would be good. But what we're basically here to do, for the most part, is just come up with the title. You know what I'm saying? A title of the discussion. If we can come up with a title of discussion, we can. Hey, we done won already.
Let me ask you
what I'm
this,
saying? And we can just look for it. Pack it up.
Yeah.
So how would you frame this? How would you frame this title, Professor Mack? Wait one second. Wait one second, Yash. Yash, wait 1 second. Professor Mack, how would you frame Jesus being in Isaiah 53 for a debate title? What would that look like to you?
Right. Part of it is I was going to ask Yasha, does he have a specific person that he believes is talking about? Because it could happen two ways. We could say, who is this? Who is Isaiah 53 talking about? I say Jesus, and he says the person he believes is talking about. Or if he doesn't have a particular person, we could just go,
one affirmative, one negative. One affirmative, one negative.
Okay, so all right, then if it's one affirmative, one negative, then it would simply
I would like that. I think the affirmative and the negative would be the most objective. You know what I'm saying? It's straight. No cut, no chaser.
If we want to have an affirmative negative, then the name Jesus Christ had to be inserted.
I would. Yeah, and I can argue the negative. You could, and we could just limit it to that guy right there. You could say that it was Christ, and and the burden of proof can be for me to prove that it wasn't Christ.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Isaiah 53, is referring to Jesus Christ. That could be the title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm writing it down. Isaiah 53 is referring to Jesus Christ. Okay. And I have Professor Mack, Pro Mack. He's the affirmative.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get ready to wrap it up, fellas. I can show y'all right here. They got the bobcat out there. They about to dig up the yard. They about to put me in a new wooden fence. So it's about to get real loud around here.
Okay, how we doing this very with quickly. The rounds? What is this gonna look like, fellas?
I think we should maybe have 2 rounds of just making our point and rebutting, but then I would like to get to the question and answer round where he can ask me questions, I can ask him questions, and I think that's many times where we really start to separate week from obsolete. You know what I'm saying?
So would you like 2 10-minute rounds? 2 10-minute
brothers,
rounds.
I'm sorry, but you guys may have missed that portion of the meeting last night, and we discussed that the parameters of every debate will be 3 10-minute rounds. 3 10-minute rounds with 3-minute rebuttals at the beginning of each round before your round starts. A 3-minute rebuttal before your 10 round starts. Okay. And so
there's no Q&A session at all, Black Jesus?
Yes, sir. I'm not finished. So let me start from the very beginning. We're going to do a 5-minute introduction, 5-minute premise and introduction, right? Then we'll start your 3 rounds, your 3 10-minute rounds with your 3-minute rebuttals in between. And then immediately after the rounds are completed, you guys will pose up to 5 questions, a total of 5 questions, nothing more. You can do less, but no more than 5 questions, and you'll have 2 minutes to answer. And then we'll go into a 5-minute conclusion, and that will be the end of the debate.
Okay.
So that's the way that it is. That's the way
That's
it's
the
going down.
format. That is the official format.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's
So
what
we
it
got the
is.
title. I think we good.
So we have
We
a
good.
5-minute premise,
I wanna
3 10-minute
go ahead and
rounds.
end this show. I
Go
want to
ahead,
get
y'all.
ready to end because, like I told y'all, these guys got a bob. I didn't even know they was coming. They got the Bobcat. I got this wooden deck and fence that they bought around here, and it's about to get super loud in here. And I don't have. It's a small apartment over here, so I don't have nowhere to go. It's going to get super loud.
So I'm gonna make this real quick just so we can make this official. The official format will be a 5-minute premise or opening for both opponents, 3 10-minute rounds, 3-minute rebuttal rounds after each opponent's rounds. Then we have 5 questions maximum in the question and answer. Then we have a 5-minute closing. And the topic or the debate title is Isaiah 53 is referring to Jesus Christ. And we have pro Mack the affirmative. Are we all in agreement?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I concur.
In. Appreciate you, brothers.
All righty. Well, that can conclude this. Hey, I appreciate you, Pro Mack, man. Got mad respect for you. Hey, I'm looking forward to this league banging. I'm looking forward to the tournament, to be an exciting event, Hey, let's get it in. Let's get it in, fellas. But that being that, anybody would like to close out and have their final words before we get out of here?
Thank you, Brother Yasha, for inviting us to your platform for this pre-debate discussion. Brothers and sisters, everybody on Clubhouse, everybody on YouTube, if you are not subscribed to Yasha Ben Israel, the link is in the chat. The link to the Yasha Ben Israel YouTube channel is in the chat. Please subscribe to this brother's channel, because if you're not subscribed, you are missing a wealth of knowledge and insight and scholarship, brothers and sisters, and academia from Yasha Ben Israel. And thank God we've now been invited, been introduced to another brother who is profound in the word, and that is Professor Mack. And thank you, brother Professor Mack. I look forward to getting to know you better, sir, and to learn from you as well. And so again, the Ultimate Debate League is the ultimate learning curve, brothers and sisters. We're striving to be the ultimate learning curve on social media and in the debate world. So thank you, brothers, for being a part of us, of the Ultimate Debate League, and helping us make history and changing the debate world for the better, and in such a profound way. Thank you all very much.
So last but not least, to Brother Yash and to Brother Pro Mack, I need both of you to send me a photo that you want for promotion. Also send me a 10 to 15 second clip. Introduce yourself. We'll be using that for promotional purposes as well. Understood?
Hey, give him a limit of 1 minute, brother LV, because you might want to, you cut some of it. You know what I'm saying? Because some of it might not be good. So make it a whole minute.
Right.
Yeah. So y'all do a little 1 minute video promotion of yourself, and you might want to talk a little trash to your opponent if you want to. Okay. A 1 minute video.
Hey, I'm gonna beat him up in the ring. I'm gonna be real nice, right? We're gonna be real nice right here.
Hey, and send that video to LV. LV's going to put together a real nice video collage of all of our debaters and promotion in your upcoming debate. Okay?
Yes, sir. LV, I would like to get with you. You said something about promotions and platform promotions and stuff like that. I'd like to get with you on that, see what you're talking about over there. I'll pass the mic to Professor Mack.
Yeah, so once again, thank you, BlackJesusMinister LV, Lions Den, all the people who have put on this kind of platform. I think it's good to have a quality platform where we're able to dialogue and really challenge each other with information. So I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate my opponent, Yasha. Yeah, we're keeping it nice right now. It's going to get a little contentious in the ring, but it's going to be respectful even afterwards, though. But I wish we could do like the Q&A where I could ask you directly, because oh boy, what was it going to get in with that? But I do respect the rules because I respect the
platform. So that's just the form. No modification, George.
I'm sorry. What did you say about modification? What you say?
No modification to the format.
Because if we do it, we're going to do it for everybody, bro.
Okay.
We got to have one format that fits everybody, and we got to roll with it. Because if we change it up for one group and then change it up for another, that's just it may hit some sort of biases or something like that.
So in the concern with the brother, and he
hold on, but let me ask you a question. So now, what is your issue with that format? Can you share it? Because maybe what you have to say, we might have to change it.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
The 5-question maximum.
Go ahead. Because a 5-question maximum is like it's pre-scripted questions that I ask, and I can't
you come up with 5 questions
where I can where I can work, because people can halfway answer, not really answer, but I can hold people accountable directly if you just give me a time to ask them as many questions as I can.
I got you, but that can be a little chaotic, and people usually call that the rapid fire round, when you ask so many questions in a certain given point of time, and you're fighting the clock to ask as many questions as you want. That's what you're trying to do. So I don't want nobody rushing, trying to ask questions, trying to answer questions. You put together 5 good questions. 5 good questions, bro. You can also formulate some questions while you're debating. Sometimes you may already have 5, and then you might come up with, hold on, let me get these 2 in here and get rid of this one. You know what I'm saying? During the debate,
a new one might emerge.
Right. And so and then you have a prescribed 2 minutes to answer for each question. So I found that to be the most efficient. Yes, the rapid fire, what most people call it, can be exciting, but I don't think it's efficient. I want the information to be plain and to be simple and to be laid out so that people can review your debate and review the details of your answers and learn from these debates.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my whole intent, is that someone can get something up out of this, that we could change somebody's life for the better up out of all of this.
Yeah. Yep, I'm with that. So thank you again. I do appreciate it. Thank you for hosting on your channel, Yasha, and I look forward to the next step. Get this date set.
And now, brother, Professor Mack, it's your responsibility to host the second pre-debate on your channel or a friend's channel or one of the manager's channel, who if you don't have a channel. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I can set it up. I don't typically have it. It can be on Yasha's channel if he already has one set up. I don't mind. But I can set one up.
But we've already done it here. So if you don't have a channel or don't have a friend's YouTube channel that you want to take it to, then you can do it with your manager's channel.
Okay. All right, I use my man. That's LB, right?
So in the next encounter, we could just, since we already got a topic, what we gonna do? Just like where we go from here on the next one? Just redo it over again, like a part 2.
Just a little part 2, and then maybe y'all can discuss your title a little bit. You know what I'm saying, that y'all have agreed to, but you don't want to give up your juice. You don't want to give up the information. Yeah. You don't want to give up no damn angles. Right. So y'all can discuss your debate title since y'all came up with a title. You know what I'm saying?
Just.
And again, it don't have to be a whole hour. It don't have to be a whole hour, because y'all were just now talking for the first time. Like I said, a minimum of 30 minutes would be great. Now you really might need an hour if you open up the panel to allow people to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? And so I know we don't have the time to do that here, but if y'all open up the panel, that'll easily take you guys to an hour if you let people come in and ask you guys questions.
We probably could. If I'm gonna try to go into this bathroom. Yeah, because they know his men have started that thing up already. Can't do it. Do you hear any background noise in here?
Nah,
we didn't hear no background noise at all when you was in the other room.
Oh yeah, that's because he just started when I was walking out.
Yeah, I want y'all to look at it as like it's not the fight. It's more so like the weigh-in before a fight. We want to let the community know that we're active. We want to be able to kind of gauge what we're looking at. So that's why we do that weigh-in beforehand. We want to see the difference between us doing these promotional spins, releasing the flyers, the promotional videos, and we want to be able to kind of predict the turnout. So we want to bring the weigh-in involved. You guys understand that aspect of it?
Yeah.
So you're not punching, you're not giving up any of your juice. We're selling a fight here.
Sound good.
Appreciate you, brothers.
All
All right. Oh, well, I got something else coming up at 1. So I think that's we get to go. Now, when are we gonna? How are we gonna set up the time? Like when we gonna have it? When do we set the time?
Who's your manager, brother Professor Mack? Who's your manager?
It's
LV.
me.
Who?
Me.
Oh, LV. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Pro Mac, you get with LV and Yasha, and y'all pick a date and time and just do it, man. That's all. On LV's channel.
So,
All right, so
whenever you're ready, man, just give me a call, man. Give me maybe a day in advance. You know what I'm saying? To really set it up. You know, to clear my day out for you.
Are we doing visual presentation with this, or is it all audio?
Of course.
No.
Visual.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. I'm good.
So, Pro Mac, what's your availability? Because if Yasha is if he just needs a day in advance, we working on your time schedule.
Okay.
I'm free. All I need to know is just whenever y'all free to get in and do the next show. You know, just let me know. I mean, don't do like Garfield Reed did. You know, I want to challenge you in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
No, we're not doing that.
I got to prepare a full-fledged debate in 30 minutes, like I don't have a life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How many days you need, Pro Mac?
My best time is Mondays and Fridays.
So let me
I can do as early as Monday, but if we can't do this Monday, it would have to be Friday.
No, we'll go a Friday and give you brothers a week. We'll do the 12th. Are both of you EST?
However we get.
Y'all on Eastern Standard Time?
Yeah, I'm Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
Yash, you too?
What time you say?
No. Are you Eastern Standard Time?
I'm over in Eastern. I'm on the same time as New York.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, me too. Same time then.
So on the 12th Friday, which I want to go 7 p.m. sound good?
7 p.m. will work.
Oh yeah, sound cool.
We locked in.
In case I forget or something, or if I ain't there, please, my manager, one of the managers, if I happen to forget or something, man, call me, man.
Yeah, your manager will be on you about it. Trust me, we have the promotion too.
If something comes up, like emergency or whatever, or I don't know, schedule change, conflict, is there an automatic forfeit, or do we get
just tap in with me. We'll schedule it up.
All right. Okay.
All right. Appreciate you, brothers, man.
I'm good. I'm good with that. Best of luck to you, Yasha.
What do you say?
I said best of luck to you, brother.
Oh yeah, likewise, brother. Peace and love to you, my man. And blessings to your ministry and your your profession. Hey, nothing's greater than an educator.
Yeah, appreciate that. Well, all right, then I gotta go because I got a class coming up at 1. So I guess I'll talk to y'all later.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm out of here too, man. Hey, peace and love, everybody. Hit that like, share, most importantly, subscribe. Peace.
All right, y'all have a good one.
We out.